and this is our video on Japanese culture. Yay! And how to learn about it, more importantly.
Yes.
Because when going to Japan, it might be more important to know the culture than to know the language. Because even if you don't know the language, you can still be polite if you just know some of the cultural things. Would you like to start us off, Christina?
I shall.
Alright.
Alright, there are many different kinds of books that you can obtain from bookstores or like the internet or stuff that talks about the Japanese culture. One of which being The Japanese Way.
Yes, we both love that book. We each have a copy.
Yeah, this is the second edition, and it is very awesome. Like, it's just amazing.
It doesn't have a heck of a lot of content, but what it does have is very, very helpful.
Yes.
It's organized alphabetically on various topics such as Oriental medicine, population, gender roles, seasons, shrines and temples, stuff like that. And it just tells you basically how those things are handled in Japanese culture.
Yeah.
So, and it's really good.
It's a good book.
There are other books out there too. We don't have any, but because this one is very, very good, we love that one. Another way that you can kind of get a handle on Japanese culture is Japanese entertainment. And I know that a lot of you know, watch like anime or anime or manga or Japanese dramas. And the thing about that is, while it can help you to, you know, learn things about Japanese culture, they're entertainment. So a lot of those characters are exaggerated and they do things that normal Japanese people would never do. Like, you know, Americans don't all act like characters from SpongeBob, and so it's kind of silly to assume that, you know, some of those crazy anime characters who are like all out there wearing random scandalous outfits scandalous.
Couldn't help it.
Or like normal Japanese people. They're not. In a way, they do have, you know, when you see characters acting normally, oftentimes they will follow Japanese customs and you can kind of get a handle on a few cultural ideas. Perhaps the most important way that we have been learning Japanese culture, and you may be also attempting to learn Japanese culture as you are watching this video, is from vloggers. Yeah. Or, you know, just basically people who have a YouTube channel who talk about Japanese culture. We have the names of several good channels, and we're also going to put even more in the description because we can't go over all the channels we want to, but we're going to go over some of the most prominent ones. I think by far the channel that has helped me the most with Japanese culture is called TheJapanChannel. It is made by an Australian man who has lived in Japan for some time, and he basically goes over all sorts of topics. He has hundreds of videos, and he really thoroughly explains all sorts of topics. It's been really helpful.
Yes. Next channel is katrandom. Now, she's not in Japan anymore, but she went on foreign exchange to Tokyo, and she has a lot of awesome videos, and I quite enjoy watching them.
Yeah, she's great. Just another foreign exchange blog. She's one of the best out there. And another great foreign exchange blogger who actually is, she is in Japan right now actually teaching English, but her username is brotherannie, and she's great. She's got just amazing videos from her time as a foreign exchange student, and she is continuing to make videos now, which are also very helpful. And she's great because she has experience with Japan already, but she's there now. Another good channel called Tokyo Kuni. A lot of people watch him. He's very, very popular. He is an American man who lives in Tokyo, and he doesn't talk so much about the culture, but he does talk about a lot of things in Japan, and he's really funny because he's also a comedian, and it's a great channel. He hasn't made a lot of videos lately though, so I don't know about that. But the videos that he has made thus far are great, and you might as well just go check those out.
Alexa in Japan.
Yes.
She is not my favorite, but she does have some very good points in the culture.
She's good to watch because she provides a different point of view, because she did not really know any Japanese. She didn't know very much about Japanese culture before going there, because she went through the Rotary Exchange program, and that's a program that they choose what country you go to out of like a list. And so she went through that program, and so they chose Japan, and she didn't really know much about Japan. So it's interesting to watch her videos to see how someone who knew nothing about it, or well, not nothing, but you know, not as much about it before, you know, reacts to the culture and learns about it.
And she is no longer in Japan, by the way.
The next one I'd like to recommend, her username is Twilight Serenity, and she was very recently in Japan. When I actually discovered the channel, she was still in Japan, and that was a few months ago, but she has left since. And she was a foreign exchange student there. She went to Osaka, actually. So she had different experiences. It's very interesting, actually. And she made very good blogs about, you know, what was happening in her life, the culture, all that sort of thing. So yeah, and there's quite a few other vlogs that we watched, and we're gonna put links to those in the description, as well as small descriptions about what they are. Oh, and one last way that's very accessible to learn about Japanese culture. Tell me what it is, Christina. Drumroll, please.
Japanese pen pal!
Yeah!
So much fun. Great experience.
So much fun.
And you make really good friends, and it's an awesome way to learn about the culture.
And we go over in our other video about how to learn Japanese language, we've gone over various ways about how to find a pen pal or language exchange partner, and basically the right programs to use when communicating with them, mostly Skype. Skype is the easiest one. And yeah, it's great because you can learn the language and you can learn the culture through talking to an actual Japanese person, which isn't as direct a way to learn the culture as like saying, oh, Japanese people tend to have this value. You can just kind of, you have to get to know that person and understand what they're like, you know, and that will really help you. Yep. So anyways, so that's pretty much all we have. If you have any other resources for learning Japanese culture, please feel free to post them as a comment. And oh, like this, and please comment and subscribe, and bye-bye. Owari.